So George Clooney, the big Hollywood actor, hosts a fundraiser for Joe Biden 3 weeks ago with Obama. They raised tens of millions of dollars for Joe Biden. 3 weeks later, George Clooney suddenly finds the Lord, sees the light, and writes an op-ed in the New York Times after reportedly checking with Barack Obama. So believe me, Obama himself wants Biden gone. And it's no secret, Obama's never been a big fan of Joe Biden. He has said a lot of disparaging things about Biden in the past. He was sort of, I guess, stuck with him. I don't know. I mean, Biden was the one guy in the room who didn't want to take out Osama bin Laden. Biden's so dumb and so wrong. He has been on the wrong side of every major policy decision since he's been in office, been in public service. He was. Look it up. He was the one guy opposed to the mission that took out Osama bin Laden. That's how bad Joe Biden is. So Obama has no love lost for Joe Biden. So Clooney evidently gets, permission from President Obama and writes an op-ed condemning, throwing Biden to the wolves, saying, it's all over. He can't sustain this. He's not going to win. So yesterday on CNN, a reporter makes the claim that the Biden campaign is trying to advance a narrative that Joe Biden has greater stamina than George Clooney. Something about Clooney leaving the fundraiser early. You got to hear this exchange. And the best part is Jake Tapper trying to stifle laughter at the reporter's preposterous suggestion that the Biden camp is claiming that Biden has more stamina than movie star George Clooney.
And in response to those comments from George Clooney, Jake, a campaign official who attended that Los Angeles fundraiser tells me that George Clooney left 3 hours before the president. So clearly the gloves are off. Jake.
But what does that mean that George Clooney left 3 hours? What's the point?
The point of that is to suggest that Biden's stamina is better than Clooney's, and Clooney didn't have, eyes on the entire event. That's the response to the Clooney op-ed.
Okay. Kayla Tashi, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Karen Finney.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can hear them all laughing on the set. How embarrassing for the reporter to regurgitate such an idiotic claim. Oh, yeah, right. Clooney is less cognitively solid than Joe Biden. Biden has more stamina than George Clooney because Clooney left 3 hours early. It appears that Clooney left 3 hours early because he realized he was trying to fundraise for a vegetable. He was really realizing, what have I done? I'm hosting Weekend at Bernie's. But my gosh, what a time to be alive, huh? So what's the trick they have up their sleeve? You got to know it like I do. I've just got it in my gut. They're going to pull something out. It's not going to be Kamala, maybe. I don't know. It's going to be something. They're going to think they got to go big. Robert in Roswell, Georgia texts, Mike, you think they might try to slide Jill Biden in there? Will they still get to use the campaign funds? Is that crazy talk? Robert, there's no such thing as crazy talk anymore. Not in 2024. Don't worry. No, everything is crazy. Everything is wild. And make no mistake, as of today, everything's going our way. Everything is going Trump's way. Everything's going the GOP's way. House Speaker Mike Johnson is saying, look, I'm bullish on our chances to get almost maybe between a 10 and 15 seat majority in the House. He goes, I don't want to be cocky, but I think that's what we're looking at. A lot of good. It feels like it's all fallen together, doesn't it? So what do you think they have up their sleeve if it's not Joe Biden? And do you agree with me they can't possibly stick with Biden? No way he can stay in the race. No way. I've said it for a year. And believe me, I don't want to be right, but I think I will be. And the fact is, for George Clooney and others to start to throw Joe Biden under the bus, They all knew. They've known his condition for many, many months. And they covered it up. They covered it up. They want to squawk about Trump. What about the cover-up of Joe Biden's condition? This was the biggest, the worst-kept secret in Washington, was what bad shape Joe Biden is in. And then the debate exposed his condition for all the world to see. And now he can't do anything right. This press conference today, Lord only knows what that's going to look like. I'm going to make a prediction that he'll probably get through it okay, but maybe not. Maybe the media will be all over him. Maybe it'll resemble a Trump press conference from a few years ago. But this scandal must never be forgotten. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson was on Fox News yesterday calling it what it is, one of the biggest political cover-ups in the history of America.
It's been an incredible thing to watch on Capitol Hill. The Democrats are in total disarray. They don't know what to do. They don't have a plan B, but they know they've got a serious problem. And as was noted a moment ago, you're right. It's the biggest political cover-up that we've ever seen, maybe in U.S. history, and it's the most consequential as well. All those NATO leaders are here on the Hill, as you know. These foreign leaders are coming in, prime ministers, heads of state, and they are telling us privately that they're deeply concerned. A weak America is bad for the whole world.
It's true. A weak America is bad for the world. Speaker Johnson went on to make a prediction. He's very bullish, he said, on the Republican Party's chances to expand its lead in the House.
You're not supposed to overpromise, but I'm very bullish about November. I genuinely believe that we can grow our majority right now from a 3-vote margin to something close to 15 or more. We're never going to have a 40-seat majority again because of the redistricting, gerrymandering of all the districts. There's not that many swing districts, but I'm telling you right now, we're very bullish about November. We don't take anything for granted, but we think we're looking good in many of these swing states.
Isn't this much more fun than the last time I had you on during all the chaos?
This is the best week yet.
Right?
Yes.
This is the best week yet. It's quite a week, isn't it? And, of course, there was a lot of drama over the way Kevin McCarthy was ousted from his speakership and Mike Johnson took over. I wasn't really comfortable with that whole coup, but so be it. I understood it. I understood the frustration that people felt. But Kevin McCarthy is still appearing regularly on TV. Here he was last night on Fox News Channel talking about the Democrats' Watergate moment.
What do you think about this whole wild situation with Biden now coming out again on Monday with Lester Holt? He didn't do any interviews. Suddenly it's interview after interview.
Well, he's trying to protect himself. But what's so interesting here is I've been talking about my interactions with Biden for more than a year. This is really their Watergate moment. Who knew? What did they know? And what did they do when they found out? Because they have covered this up the entire time, from the vice president on down. And his greatest insurance policy is Kamala Harris. Since this has come forward after the debate, Kamala Harris, with the potential of her being the nominee, her numbers are actually dropping and her unfavorables are rising more than 51%. So Biden's trying to say she can't win either.
They don't know what to do, and there's no easy answer to any of this. They're falling apart at the seams. I mean, I'm actually astounded at how badly things have gone off the rails for the Democrats in just a very short period of time. All the polling is bad for them. The mood of the country is bad for them. Who are they going to put on the ticket if it's not Joe Biden? Now, I'm going to, as you know, I've banned clips from CNN and MSNBC, but I reserve the right to suspend my ban temporarily. My friend Mark Davis in Dallas says, you can't stick to that ban. He knew right off the bat I wasn't going to be able to do it. And he's right, because this clip is so good. Do you want to know what the Biden's line of defense against the scathing George Clooney editorial in the New York Times is? According to a CNN reporter, it's that Joe Biden has more stamina and agility than George Clooney. You got to hear this exchange between a CNN reporter and Jake Tapper. Check out how Tapper is desperately trying to stifle laughing out loud at this ridiculous assertion that Biden is in better shape than George Clooney.
And in response to those comments from George Clooney, Jake, a campaign official who attended that Los Angeles fundraiser tells me that George Clooney left 3 hours before the president. So clearly, the gloves are off. Jake?
But what does that mean, that George Clooney left 3 hours? What's the point?
The point of that is to suggest that Biden's stamina is better than Clooney's, and Clooney didn't have, eyes on the entire event. That's the response to the Clooney op-ed.
Okay. Kayla Tashi, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Karen Finney.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all laughing on the set. Tapper's laughing. And that poor woman she's shown up by Jake Tapper. He embarrasses her. She's the senior White House correspondent. And she's got this breathtaking point. Oh, George Clooney left 3 hours before the event was over. Ergo, he's got less stamina than Grandpa Joe. And Tapper totally embarrasses her. I mean, I guarantee you she's ticked at what the anchor did, Tapper. Tapper says, what are you talking about? What's the significance of that? Oh, he left 3 hours. And then they break out in gales of laughter. I mean, wow. Here's a text message from New York City. Mike, do you think Biden will announce his resignation today at the big boy press conference? Like I always say, if flying monkeys swooped down and lifted me up and took me off to Oz today, it wouldn't surprise me.